Hey everybody, welcome back and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. Today we have our first ever free-to-play deck within Strixhaven. This is an absolute masterpiece. We compete within Mythic and we also show you guys some cool stuff within the play queue today to get a good idea of how the deck's going to operate. Plus, we've incorporated a full upgrade guide for you at the end of the video. So stay tuned, get excited, because this deck has 0 rares, 0 mythics, standard, commons, and uncommons, the majority of them being from Strixhaven. So get your limited play in, grow that collection, and check out some of these new free-to-play decks that I'll have to showcase. Of course, if you want to support the channel, easy peasy as a thumbs up. If you want to go above and beyond, go for a little snoop skis through our link tree, everything from gem giveaways, free contests, and tournaments. Plus, you can choose to support me on the variety of platforms that we have available. So with this all out of the way, thank you guys so much for making this channel what it has grown to be. I really appreciate it. The recent support has been absolutely amazing. And if you comment on the video, you're going to have yourselves a chance to win a Strixhaven pack, because Wizards was kind enough to hand out some packs to the creators for us to give to you guys. So comment on the video and then I'll choose a comment at random and reply to that with you're a winner, congratulations, something like this. Shout out to the Absurd Heroine in the house with the raid. Appreciate you. Just doing a quick deck tech here, so buckle up everybody. If you're unfamiliar, I'm HGG and we do some deck building, right? So let's get into it. All right, you guys, 60 cards, best of 1. Maya in the house on the cat wheel, getting those laps in, just in case you're worried about that sound. 60 cards, best of 1, 2.4 average mana, 18 non-creatures with 20 creatures, so a really nice split. 35 black source with 28 green source. Again, a pretty relatively nice split here with 22 lands in the deck to reflect the light curve. This is, one heck of a free-to-play deck. I don't even know where to start. So we'll just run through all of the cards and then we'll dive back in and overview some of the strategies and synergies that really tie everything together. 4 copies of the Serrated Scorpion. This is our first and only 1-drop, a 1/2, and when it dies, it deals 2 damage, LOL, to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. 4 copies of our Witherbloom Apprentice for 2. It's a 2/2 with Magecraft, and whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. 4 copies of Tend the Pests, an instant speed spell. As an additional cost to cast it, sacrifice a creature. Create X 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens that have, when this creature dies, gain 1 life. And of course, X will be equal to the sacrifice creature's power. So you get to make a bunch of pest tokens here. 4 copies of Dina Soul Stepper, a 1/3, and whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. You can pay 1 at instant speed to sacrifice another creature to give Dina plus X plus 0 until the end of turn, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. 4 copies of Deadly Brew, sorcery speed. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If you sacrifice a permanent this way, you may return another permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. It doesn't signify creature, it's any permanent, which is very, very powerful. 3 copies of our Bayou Groff, a 5/4 for 2 mana, which is insane. However, as an additional cost to cast this spell, you will have to sacrifice a creature or pay 3 additional mana. 2 copies of Plumb the Forbidden at instant speed for 2 mana. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice a creature, 1 or more creatures. When you do copy this spell for each creature sacrificed this way, which is really important, but we'll get to that in a second, more so in the upgrade guide. And whenever you draw a card, you lose 1 life. Into our 3 drops now, 4 copies of Bastion of Remembrance, and this is one of the main engines in the deck. An enchantment, when it enters play, create a 1/1 white human token, and whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. 2 copies of Blood Researcher, basically here just to fill the void, a 2/2 with Menace, and whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on the Blood Researcher, and this can get quite powerful quite quickly. 3 copies of the Daemogoth Woe-Eater for 4 mana, 7/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. When you sacrifice the Woe-Eater, each opponent discards a card, you draw a card, you gain 2 life, which is really, really cool. 4 copies of the Mortality Spear for 4 mana at instant speed, costing 2 less to cast if you've gained life this turn. Destroy target non-land permanent. 11 swamps and 11 forests. we do have a sideboard here, which I should have had hidden the whole time, because those are some of our sideboard goodies that I'm going to talk about at the end of the video, right? So you might have got a sneak peek there, but you didn't get the explanation, so you'd still have to wait till then. As far as the deck lists go, that's it. The strategies and synergies here revolve around you sacrificing your creatures to trigger the effects of the Soul Stepper, of the Bastion of Remembrance, and, you know, having something like the Witherbloom Apprentice in play and utilizing our instances and sorceries here as well. And it all really just triggers together very coherently as an effective synergy. So some of the coolest things that you can do within the deck, I suppose, is stack the Stepper, stack Remembrance, like I said, get Witherbloom in play, and you know, just go from there. Try to get the Woe-Eater in play or the Groff in play, at which point you can use Tend the Pests on them. You'll make a bunch of pest tokens. That's great. You can use Plumb the Forbidden to sacrifice them all at once, getting a bunch of draws, and again, those deaths of all of the pest tokens of things like the Scorpion will trigger Dina, it'll trigger Bastion, and it triggers the Apprentice, which again will trigger Dina again, which is very, very cool. So there's a lot going on here that is quite nice. Again, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a pest dies, you gain life. Whenever a pest dies, when Bastion is in play, you gain another life. So the amount of damage that you can stack up through the tokens is absolutely insane, especially if you start stacking these Bastions of Remembrances. So that's that. Let's break down today's gameplay footage for you guys, and make sure to watch it to the end so you don't miss out on our upgrade guide, which takes this deck from, like, you know, a 7 out of 10 power level, which can compete, right? We're winning against diamond level players, etc., etc. So we can do some damage with the deck, but once we start to upgrade it, it's looking like it might be one of those meta decks. But find out more within the upgrade guide at the end of the video. Thanks again for your time and attention. Make sure to support the channel if you can afford to do so. You'll find all of the goodies, whether it be our gem giveaway, cash prize tournaments, prizes, giveaways, all within the link tree. You'll find that there. So cheers, have an amazing day, enjoy the video, and we'll see you soon with our wrap-up thoughts. Okay, top 200. Don't freak out. We just need better land. Toss our legendary. We're on the play too, which is not bad. Nice hand. They've got Yorion though, so we're in for probably a lot of bad things. Right, a lot of terrible things coming our way. So hopefully there's not an extinction event. Whoa! What is that noise? Maya, I'm trying to film a video over here. What the hell? Sound check. Film me instead, brah. Bastion in play. They didn't have a Wolf Willow. Bastion is in play, so if they were going to kill something, it should have been earlier, before it was in play. Alright, so we get an extra little bit of damage, and I'm sad that we threw the second copy, but whatever. Let's try to move past it, right? They take the turn off to cultivate, and again, we're in the top mythic. I was going to play this deck in the play queue and just get 1,000 wins, but like, look at this amazing deck. But, I think this way is a good representation as well. Get it, girl! Woo! Maya just set a new land speed record, you guys. Woohoo! We gotta get an odometer on there, a speedometer, not a... Actually, both. I would love to know how far she's run. Like, and what if she just had, like, hundreds and hundreds of miles under her belt? You know what I mean? We gotta get Maya hooked up with some stats. That is crazy, man. This cat freaking runs. If you guys are interested in the cat wheel, there's lots of different brands that are way too expensive, but it's insane how much they love it. It's insane how much they love it. Look at that fucking cat run. Pardon my language, but woo! Meow. It sucks that they slayed Bastion. And then we can do Diana at instant speed, I believe. Just for the kill if we want. But we'll probably try to increase her power. We're down to 12. I mean, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. 6, 7, 8, 9 potentially. And they don't take our other Bastion. We're going for it. Big time sack town. We get the draw. This was on their turn too, remember, right? Did they bounce this? I mean, we have them close, but how many times have you got a control deck close? Right? It's not enough. Gotta get them the whole way, bro. Down to 6 isn't bad with a free-to-play deck. We could have played more conservative there, but I didn't want to, you know, use the spell and then miss out and just have them event us anyways. So I just went all in, right? If we had 2 Bastions in play, if we had both Bastions, that would have been lethal. But, you know, you can't always just have perfect playlines. Your opponent's going to disrupt it and stuff, and we'll just work our way through it. But again, like, we're holding our own. We've got them thinking about their turn as a free-to-play deck. Well, there goes so much for thinking about their turn. 0 thought required here. I'm kidding, you guys. Great deck. GG's. So they pull Liliana now instead? Like, what are the new cards that the top 200 players are pulling? Like, Tybalt, Liliana, Allrund, or is it Vorinclex? Probably Vorinclex instead of... Oh, really? They're not just doing it old school. It's an enchantment, so... Let's push that turn back to their hand, or deck. Kyora, annoying, sure. Tybalt, annoying, sure. Tybalt's probably going to exile the creature, I would assume, and then we don't get the death trigger from it at all. But we'll have to wait and see. Right, down to 6. Yeah, okay. Bummer. But we can still do some stuff here, like... It's too bad we don't have Diana in play, or, you know, that would deal damage. We're at 25, so we can take a hit, right? Do they really want to tap that, or are they just going to bounce everything with Yorion? Because they have they can play 3 over and play it for 5, and still have spare resources, so... Oh. I don't know how much I care for that, to be honest. But look at us. We are playing a match as a free-to-play individual, you know, top 1000 Mythic, against one of the best decks, while holding our own. Pretty cool. Get out of here, Yorion. Get out of here, Yorion, you dog. So they're going to get another 8/8. They can not minus because they end step, so the Planeswalker abilities won't be activated. Oh, they go into our hand. They don't get anything, but they do get the blockers. That's relevant, I guess. And because they bounced it as a Planeswalker, when Yorion brings it back into play, you actually don't get to choose what side. It's just the front side, and Valky is on the front. Tybalt is on the back. So that's why it comes in as the creature. It's too bad this doesn't deal 4 damage to them. So we've got 2 creatures in play and 1 damage through the Magecraft, right? So that's 3 damage total. Close. Real close. Instant speed, we may as well just pass it up, right? Eyes on our cooldown session. All right, it's important to... Just tapping everything. It's annoying, and I hate it. Alright, cooldown time complete. So we're getting hit for... Oh, just lethal, basically. Depends if they attack with Valky or not. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Oh, we do gain 1 life. Whoa, whoa. They still hit for lethal. Good game. But the free-to-play deck. The free-to-play deck, though, you guys. We got him down to 4. So close. Imagine if you incorporated, I don't know, Veto, Thorn of the Duskrows in this? Hot dog! Now we'd be playing a real match. Maybe some Triomes, some... Ayo, Badland again. Here we go. Keeping 6. Sauce the 4-drop, I suppose. The mill. Oh, they got a Bastion. That's heartbreaking. I'm breaking up with you, Vince63. It's not me, it's you. Oh, gosh. You milled my best card! You need a reason, there it is. Wow. Why don't you play a crab while you're at it? I'm surprised they haven't. I should be careful what I ask for. No attacks. So if we could stack, you know, some of these, you know, the Soul Stepper, the Bastion, the Scorpion does quite nice. Oh, there it is. The more... Oh, with a passage. Lovely. The more abilities we can stack, the better for that life gain, life loss effect. As long as they don't play Teferi Tutelage into the story, we should be okay. Wow! Whoa, whoa, woo-wah! 3rd land OP. Should I do it now? Why not? They're not attacking. Let's at least try to fake them into it. And then they're like, I don't want to block it. Right? I don't know. You'll notice we're in the play queue now. I don't want to sacrifice too much of my rank, just trying to showcase a free-to-play deck. It has been important to me this month to hold my rank for the mythic decks that I create. And it's a hard climb up, so... You know, this is what we get. So they do figure it out. They block correctly. So let's just take that 1 damage because they, for some reason, didn't want to crab out there. Which is good for us, right? So, you know, as a free-to-play individual, yes, you probably could learn to play the deck effectively and grind out gains to Mythic. I do not doubt that, especially with, you know, this kind of deck here. I also have a Prismari deck that I'm not proud of, like I am of this one. You know, it uses tutelage, it uses the crab. Effective. It's going to win you games. Do I want to play against it? No. So I don't, you know, push everybody towards that one right away. More mill. Love it. Now we're just waiting for Into the Story. That is great. They got another Bastion. So that's 2 Bastions. I thought I broke up with you, Vince. Oh. So let's try to call the bluff again. Or propose the bluff. They'll have to call it, right? They really don't want to lose that crab. It's sorcery speed, so we gotta do it now. Sag. I would understand. We're still gonna get milled out. It doesn't matter, but you gotta have fun with it, right? Down to 25. Into the Story, gonna dominate me. Strap me in a leather suit, tie me down. Tutelage is not as bad. Oh gosh. I'm surprised they're getting rid of that. They're like, wait, I don't have enough mana. It'll never work. I need, you know, more Deadly Brews, I guess. As far as we only have 1 black source, I guess we can thank the mill for that. And we really need one off the top, because I want to play Bastion, but I also want to Deadly Brew it. Wow. They're top decking. Land, 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 land. Land, 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 land. But even this is like 4 cards every freaking draw. Yeah, we won't win this. This match is over. They have 12. We have 3 on board. Well, maybe we will. Another crab. Oh my gosh. Yes! I love you, Mr. Swamp! We've got them low. 12 left. It's annoying, and I hate it. What if we leave this here? Kill the token first. From that ledge, my friend. We're gonna get them, boys! Unless they God tap decked there, which I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. No! They did God deck it! I should have kept my dumb mouth shut. So lucky. We had lethal next turn. We had lethal next turn. Oh my gosh. We had him, you guys. We had him. They cheated. They used banned cards. What a BM. What a BM. Man. We had him. No! Oof. Have we ever gotten nice land here? Really? Alright. Brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. We've got a big brain in chat. They're like, why is it so laggy? And someone, not even me, figured it out, right? It's because I'm uploading to YouTube at the same time, so my bitrate's getting siphoned. Oh, Clarion Spirit. That is bad news, Bears. Third land off top. I can't believe we pulled a Remembrance and we tossed our third land. I hate my life. You might think I'm crazy. And then we'll just bring it back with Deadly Brew later, I guess. I don't know. Scary. This match is kind of janked up anyways, so I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go. Oh, and we're running giveaways, I need to remember. 2 Clarion Spirits with 2 Selfless Saviors. I'm trying to film a free-to-play video, bro. Or lady, bro. And it's Teferi, so definitely brozos. Whoopsie daisy. You have to sack your doggery doos. Probably sacking the non-attacking one. Whoa, they just take it. That is incredibly interesting to me. Bastion in play. I'll attack for 5. That's a massive hit. They'll probably just use a spirit token, which is so annoying for me. But we need to not allow them to accumulate is the thing. Because there's those spirit tribals. Oh, Winota. Why does everyone play Winota on release day? It's like... that's all people play on release day, is Winota. It happens every single release. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why is my land cursed, you may ask? I have no answers. I just know that it is. Look at us go. Wow. I feel blessed. Feeling blessed. Let's toss Tend for now. Scorpion, Dina, Witherbloom Boom Boom. That's that good name for the deck. Witherbloom Boom Boom. Clickbait achieved. Archfiend's Vessel was in the deck. I don't know what happened to it. I must have dropped it. Like, that card doesn't belong anymore. I think it's because Deadly Brew is bringing it to the hand, is why I dropped it. And, you know, the Vessel really needs you to be bringing it back into the field. But you're in luck. I've got another free-to-play deck that focuses around Killian and the Archfiend Vessel. So you're in for another sweet treat in a little bit. Are we the sweet treats in this scenario? Dude, we're definitely the sweet treats in this scenario. Is this how you wanted those poor women to feel? Oh my god. I've watched so much It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I absolutely love that show. Bada bing, bada boom, Deadly Brew not working for us here. Let's just Apprentice in, I suppose. Now we're looking for the one and the only Bastion of Remembrance, right? Phoenix, not a problem. So this is pretty cool. Check this out, right? We attack. We hit skis. We sack the Scorpano. We blast him. We kill the Scorpion. Which we should have done this last turn, but whatever. We blast him again, right? And we bring the other Scorpion back to the hand. Gotcha! Gotcha! And that's without the Bastion of Remembrance. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sorry about that. Alright, 4 mana. Are they just gonna wipe the field? What's going on here? Looking for our 4th land. We do potentially have lethal if we're allowed to untap and play. Oh, and we got the land. Woof. So they have to deal with the Soul Stepper here. Step on those stones! They must have something. But they're just like trying to figure out what the correct playline is. All attack skis. I'm fine with that, right? 'Cause we're gonna lose it anyway, so we may as well buff up. Right, we basically just gave us lethal. Let's hit him with the Scorpion as well. Good game! We got him! At least you got to see how it worked, right? We played that top-ranked Mythic deck. We almost got him, right? And then we played Rogues. Almost got him. So close. Oh, it wasn't Rogues. It was just a middle deck. It's funny how I associate those two together so permanently. And then here, you know, we finally do get this win, which is nice. Are we really going to get roped out? Is that how this is ending? Are they looking for a hello good game? They want the do. Yeah, they wanted the do. Liliana emo OP, right? And that's a diamond player, so it's not you know, inconceivable that the deck would, you know, compete in diamonds, right? Cool stuff, cool stuff. Let's play another. Alrighty then. So I just hate when we don't have the creatures right away, but we've got the land, and that's been a massive struggle for us here today. So I'm happy to have it at least. But again, we need like a Scorpion to sacrifice, right? That's our ideal playline. Can't always be perfect, I guess, right? If they play something, we could just make them sack it. Because we have nothing to pull anyways, but we could still use it as hard removal. I really like to be killing the creatures to the grave, bringing them back. Like, that recursion's really nice. Wow, pay 3 life. I really don't mind paying 3 life, though. Okay, perfect. Scorpion. Swamp. Groff. Sacrifice the Scorpion. 2 damage, 2 life. We have our Woe-Eater out next. This hurts. This hurts. We don't actually have to target this with the ward. They just have to sack it, and then we'll get the Groff back to our hand. Oh, but we're not sacking anything. I'm just going for it. Right, at least we get the draw out of it. The menace can still attack around us, which is ultra annoying, but we'll be okay. We'll get through it. We will be just fine, right? Smiles up. You know what I hate? When I'm streaming, I'm recording, making content, and I hear a song that hits me in the feeler, right? It's like, reminds me of sad times of the past. Gotta ditch that. No use for empathy here. Oh, not anymore, anyways. Not for a little bit. Nah, in different amounts, I suppose. LOL. All right, that is what warranted a timeout. Cool. Cool. I mean, we can just hardcast it. Oh, no. They're ramping so hard. It's like, what aren't they going to play? Right? What aren't they going to play? Really? Okay. That's my card. Let's nuke it. Just so they're not getting to sack it for the draw and General Shenaniganzo. Oh, they village rights it. You dirty dog. Wow, these two go really well together. The removal's nice, and we also need the creature. Let's toss the brew. Man, that hurt. Village rights. Brutality. And now village rights is something that could fit into our deck potentially, but we're using, instead of sacrificing one creature, we're trying to sacrifice all of the creatures, right? If we wanted to sack one creature, we have Tend the Pests. Again, they're going after it. You gotta love it. You just gotta love it. That's this. Whenever you cast or copy instant sorcery, create the pest. That witch is pretty hot. Let's be honest. That could go in a, an upgraded version of the deck alongside Veto. Right? Veto does absolute wonders here. I'm worried that even when we do get set up, right, we get all the cards that we need in play. Their life gain is just gonna outpace us. They even have their own. Right? So that's awkward too. And they throw into the henge. Bro, you're playing the upgraded version. That's cheating. You're cheating. Also, the Great Henge works amazing within the deck. It's funny how they're, on day one, basically running my upgraded deck. Right? I've not even revealed this, so it's pretty cool that other people have put on a similar deck. I actually really like that. I mean, I guess we can chump block with Tend the Pests, and then we can Plumb the Forbidden, but we're so low on life, and we don't have Bastion to offset the damage we take, which is Sag, or Diana, whatever it happens to be. No life gain arenos here. They play their own Tend the Pests, that's fine. Let's resolve this. They get 6 of those. I'm surprised they didn't attack with it first and then do it on the stack if I chose to block. But yeah, you can see exactly what we want to happen with the deck on our opponent's side of the board. It's not that bad. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. That is exactly what I'm doing. And then this is going to do an amazing amount of chip damage as well, right? Through the Soul Stepper. And then they're making a bunch more because they copy it a whole bunch. So you can see a little bit of how the upgraded version is going to work, which is absolutely amazing because when I explain this all to you guys in a few seconds, when we wrap up, it will all come into play. So just imagine them doing all of that with a veto, right? It's good stuff. It's a good time. We've got a ritual in play here. Let's see what that does. Destroy each non-land permanent with 2 or less, which is pretty cool. So we could just tend it. And when these die, these are non-land permanents as well that will trigger Diana. So it's like really cool how hardcore they're able to pop off, right? Absolutely loving it. We're just going to give them even more damage. You know what I mean? I guess when these die, we'll gain the life, which kind of offsets the damage they're doing. And I love how we weren't allowed to do this on stack, right? How come we didn't have the chance? Or did I somehow skip through it? Because I wanted to sacrifice all those. It's hashtag super sag. Anyways, we survived. They're at 33 with, you know, an unlimited amount of mana, which is pretty cool because calling ritual, like to make a whole bunch of pests, then to sack them all for that much mana is like really, really cool. And then we see a Gargi, which is actually something I'm not including in my version. You won't see that in my deck. But again, you'll see just how powerful that this Witherbloom Pest deck can be. Pretty cool if you get the right draw as the free-to-play individual, you get the right matchup. But when we start upgrading it like this, woof, it becomes what could be a potential combo deck, right? Mid-range combo wombo. Unless, of course, you have interaction, but that would shut down any combo. They're doing the do, and I absolutely love it. We're just going to pass our turn. Let him have the beat down, baby. Right? Liliana's going to get you. Professor Onyx. In his house. Well, come on. I'm giving it to you. Why even play the land? Ugh. Why bother? Hurry up. I like how you try to showcase it to people. Right? You attack first, draw the card, then sacrifice it, brah. Right? Attack first, then sacrifice it, because once you attack, you get the trigger, and then you can dump it into the Soul Steeper. Again, nothing I would really do unless they were targeting it, because it's useful on the board. It's got Vigilance. It can defend later as well. So let's break down the deck and talk about my version of the upgrade guide. Alrighty, so that deck videos for day, underwhelming. It performs better than this, I promise. Today we just got some weird matches, and it still did go, and you've seen our opponent use the upgraded version, which was nice. Sag, I wanted to, always as a content, you got to win every single match, right? But let's break down the sideboard guide for you guys. A little bit of upgrading for you. The first is the Sledgemoor Witch, 3 mana, 3/2 with Menace, Ward, pay 3 life. So if they want to target it, they're going to have to pay life, and that's your main objective, is to drain their life, so that's helping out. Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 pest. Of course, it's got the gain life when it dies. This is amazing. We combo the Witch with, obviously, we use Tend the Pests to sacrifice the Groff, to sacrifice the Woe-Eater, to make a bunch of pests, and then we use Plumb the Forbidden, which copies itself, and for each time you cast or copy, you get to create a 1/1. So let's say, here you sacrifice 7 1/1s. You just made yourself 7 brand new 1/1s, plus you drew 7 cards and didn't gain or lose any life because it nullifies itself through the death, losing life, and when it dies, you gain life. And then, of course, if you had Bastion, if you had Soul Stepper, then you're doing big, big damage. Veto, Thorn of the Dusk. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Okay, that'll get the job done. We all know this. Calling Ritual, and now this one's really close to my heart. Sorcery speed for 4. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Add black or green mana for each permanent destroyed this way. This includes your permanents. It includes your opponent's permanents. Tokens are still permanents. You can make a bunch of tokens, right? You've got 10 tokens in play. You wipe them all. It triggers all of that damage through all the stuff you had. Plus, you just generated a ton of mana to replay a whole bunch of stuff. Absolutely insane. We've got the Deans in play here. Dean of the Root for 4 mana, a 4/4, and whenever you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures gain trample until the end of turn. Yeah, sure, that's great. You can make a token army if you want, but really this deck focuses around the death effects. On the opposing side, Dean of the Vein, a 1/1 with menace and lifelink. And if a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. When you do, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token. With when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. So this is just in here for a little bit of flair. It's not a required card to make the deck pop better, but it could potentially fill up the roles of the researcher here, right? I do like that much more as you know, a 1-drop as opposed to always having the 3-drop. So you can go a little lighter if you want, or you can go a little heavier. We've got Village Rites. You know, this could go in the deck easily, especially when we're using the Sledgemore Witch, and it's not only the Magecraft of the Apprentice. The reason it wasn't included in the deck off the beginning is because this is the only Magecraft we have. However, when we bring in more Magecraft with the Witch, we can up the Village Rites. We also want to be upping the number of Plumb the Forbiddens. I think there's been 2 copies of it. So we want to be drawing this more consistently because it does a lot more than just drawing us cards, because now all those pests will come back. And the copying of it, you know, is absolutely insane. We've got the Great Henge, you know, that's going to set the deck off. You're gaining life, you're drawing cards. Absolutely amazing. The tokens don't come in with the +1/+1s, but that's okay, right? So the life gain in the draws here still is super helpful. We have the Woe-Eater, we've got the Groff to reduce the cost of it through their powers, which is going to do nice stuff for us as well. So that's the deck list, that's the upgrade guide. Let me know what you guys thought of it. I'm going to take Maya for a walk now. She's been bugging me. We've been live for a very long time making content. She says it's her turn. So thank you so much, you guys. I hope you enjoy the deck. Don't worry if this wasn't your style of free-to-play deck. We have a ton of more decks for you coming in the future. Again, with 0 rares, 0 mythics, with upgrade guides, allowing you to still enjoy the game while collecting your card base without getting burnt out. Cheers. Support the video if you can. Make sure to like on your way out. Comment if you want to win a Strixhaven pack. And we'll see you soon in the next video.